Welcome to another edition of Manners and More with Millena. I'm your host, Millena Gay, and this is where we discuss etiquette for 2013. Not Martha Stewart, not Emily Post, but the Millena Gay way. So welcome to today's show. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Our topic today is lasting impressions, first impressions, and I have with me the very talented, very lovely, very exquisite Kathleen Bradley, the queen of first impressions and lasting impressions. Now, we all know her as the first African-American Price is Right model. First impressions, wonderful, wonderful. And a lasting impression is, now everybody knows the movie Friday, Friday after next, Friday after the next one, next Thursday, and all those Fridays. But who is the one character that everybody remembers? Miss Parker, Miss Parker. You got it. And so I have with me the fabulous, wonderful, and my dear, dear friend, Kathleen Bradley. Yay!
Hey, Millena, and Manners and More. She is so wonderful. This is really a pleasure to be here, Millena.
Oh, thank you.
I am so proud of you. I must, first of all, before I start talking about myself, let everybody know how proud I am of you, how much you have accomplished, because you and I have history dating back to Ohio.
Yes.
With your family. Yes. And actually, one of your uncles was one of my first boyfriends in life, okay? And
I've heard.
Yes. And she and I just really, you and I just kind of reunited, so to speak, because it seems like, when you're in a family situation, family is family. Yeah. And we met during a golf tournament.
Yes.
Thanks to David Marish, who has a lot of celebrities and people going out doing certain things. And you came up to me. I was very surprised and so happy to know you. That was, about 3 or 4 years ago. And we've been like besties ever since, I look after her like an auntie. Not no mama, 'cause I'm too young to be your mama,
right.
Okay?
Too young for that.
Anyway, I can be your auntie, okay?
Auntie
but anyways, but she's even from the day I met you, you explained to me your visions, your goals, and things you wanted to do with the beauty pageant, with excelling in your acting and different things of that nature. And I was driving the car, and you were going on and on and on and on and on. I'm like, damn, this girl can talk. But it was okay because you were so articulate and you were so bright. And I was very impressed with you. And I see and have watched you develop, and everything that you're talking about is coming to fruition. And I am so proud of you. And I will be very glad and proud to be your auntie.
Oh, thank you.
Millena Gay, the Millena Gay way. I like that. That's right, because you are hard to please, girl.
Hey, excellence is not an option, it's an expectation.
That's right. These men be coming up to me saying, what's wrong with her? She don't like me or what? I'm like, she has high expectations, but that's okay. She's allowed, okay?
Oh, thank you for that wonderful intro. Oh, my God.
It's true, though. It is,
thank
girl.
you.
So just remember me when you're walking down at the academy and all that.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, then.
So is that why you be putting me on bacon duty?
Invite me to some of them parties. I used to go and get invited, but I shall return. It's okay.
Yes. And for you to understand, bacon duty is because we're so much family
that
I get invited over.
Turkey bacon.
Okay, but I get invited over for Christmas brunch. Stick me on bacon duty. I don't get to eat. Well, I do get to eat, but after everybody else.
You will eat now.
I will eat. I can eat last. I'm family. I was like, ooh, flipping the bacon.
That's right, yes. No, she did well. And you learned some things, too, didn't you?
I learned how to cook bacon.
That's right, some turkey bacon. You got to make turkey bacon. You got to use some butter. People think turkey bacon's bland, but it tastes good. Ooh. You got to use some butter as a base because there's really no fat because it's so lean. So you got to put the butter down there and season the bacon. You got to season
the bacon.
And that bacon, let it be crisp and good. People have eaten my turkey bacon. They don't even know if it's pork, beef, or what.
Yeah, it was good. All I had to do was turn it. I didn't have to do all that.
Yeah, you got to watch it. You need it crisp.
Is that why you were fussing when I was
I was fussing when you didn't get it right. We had to throw away a few pieces because you burnt a few, but that's okay.
I mean, I can order real good.
You know what? Life is a learning experience. You did good, girl.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, my goodness. Thank you for that awesome introduction.
Yes.
We ought to tape that and have that every week. I love it.
It should be.
Thank you.
That's true.
Thank you. Well, I am going to get into our show, but you know what? I came across some photos of us. From the years past, and if there is an opportunity that we can show them, I would love to go through them and see.
Hey, Oh,
and we can kind of talk about them. Okay, but we're going to do that right after this commercial break. We'll be right back with Manners and More with Millena. Our special guest is Kathleen Bradley, first African-American Price is Right model, and Miss Parker, and my auntie. There. And we are back live with Manners and More with Millena. With my fabulous in-studio guest is the lovely Kathleen Bradley, first African-American Price is Right model, and the, first African-American Price is Right model, the icon of Miss Parker on the movie Friday. And she has some wonderful things coming up that she's going to tell us about. One of them is her exciting book. But, Kathy, I just wanted to let everyone know or share some of the good photos that I can. I came across some old photos of us, and I thought that everyone might like to.
That's great. You know why you're doing that.
Now, you remember this this picture that's coming up right here? That was us at Melissa and Roger's engagement party in Malibu.
Right. That was so much fun.
That was Melissa Biggs, and they had a wonderful event. This was the all-white party.
Oh, yes.
Remember our friend Howard Hewitt had an all-white party. It was Roland Wirt's event.
Because if you wasn't white, you had to wear something white.
You had to wear something white. Exactly. We were shopping our white. And here we are in January.
Oh, yes, girl. We had a good time at the Derby party up there at the London Hotel. Yes. That they give a Derby party every year as fundraiser to help children.
Blessings in a backpack.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. And that was Ella Joyce and Glenn Turman, and they will be visiting on the show very soon. That's us having a good time on the red carpet. And this was the one from the year before, the Derby event. From the year before, and it's you and I and the fabulous Brenda Epperson. That was Brenda Epperson.
I want that dress back.
And then this is this year Christmas. Oh yeah, that's Brenda. I know that color looks awesome on you.
Oh, that was Christmas.
It's this color up.
Christmas. And actually, it's lavender. It's a little deceiving for some reason when it gets on the computer.
And that picture was Christmas brunch this year.
Now we look more like sisters. I'm gonna have to say you're my sister. Forget that auntie stuff. Be my sister in the name of love.
I was just about to say sisters.
Oh, there we go. Now this was the new year.
Yes.
Well, everybody. Now let me say this about that. You know, sisters. I don't know, for some reason didn't get the memo not to wear fur. Okay. Not to wear no fur. But it don't matter, because, you know, our ancestors and mamas and sisters and aunties and stuff had fur coats that were handed down to us.
Yeah.
And actually, the coat I have on, I won in a celebrity golf tournament.
Ooh. Wow.
Yes, I did. I didn't kill it. It was given to me. I wasn't giving it back. You know, I'm sorry he had to die, but I look good.
You look good, and you were warm, because that rooftop was cold.
I was warm. It was cold up there. But I can say it was fake fur, and I dare anybody to throw something on my behind, girl. We would have been fisticuffing up in there and film at 11.
Okay, I know that's right. I know that. I heard a story about you in a parking lot and some vegetables, but we're going to let that go.
Oh, you did? What?
Somebody told me about you fighting over parking space.
Right, at the 99-cent store.
And cussed them out in the vegetables.
This lady was doing me wrong. She was not doing right. Backing up in the wrong space and everything.
And you followed her in the store with the vegetables.
I was mad as hell. I'm not going to take it any longer. I ain't shame. No shame in my game.
I know, I ain't no shame.
And the 99 cent, I love the 99-cent store. That's going to be my new sponsor, girl.
Shoot, you can get a whole bunch of stuff.
I tell people I'm the
99
99-cent store hoe. I love it. I ain't shame.
See there.
A 99-cent store whore. Either one.
99-cent store.
I'll be up in there, 99-cent store, especially in Ladera Heights. Girl, they got the best veggies. They have the best fresh produce. That's why I really like going there. And it's so economical. I will walk out of there with 2 buggies full. I have to have help to get me out.
Wow. Having
spent maybe $120, whereas if you go in the normal store, Ralph's or Albertsons or something, Kroger's, you're going to spend $300 plus.
You know what? You really are. And actually, I'm going to tell you a secret. What I was told, the one on Wilshire and La Cienega, that's actually the best one, and that's where all of our Jewish friends go.
They go there, but that's
Tuesday
not the
Thursday.
That's not the best one.
Because that's when the delivery comes.
That's not the best one.
Okay,
Let me tell you about this.
I'm going to trust you.
You say that because they said that. But let me tell you the truth, and really has been rated. They have 99-cent store ratings. Did you know that?
No.
Actually, the one in Ladera is higher rated than the one on Wilshire, and they have more. They have deliveries coming every day, like 2 and 3 times a day. The thing is, you got to be there to catch things.
Right.
And sometimes they have vino, wine, some good wine from time to time.
Really? No, I wouldn't know anything about that.
Of course not. I do believe I give you a few bottles for Christmas, if I'm not mistaken.
It was champagne.
But that's okay. It's August. What is it? February now. March. It's okay. But basically, and one of the guys that was there at the store, he said one lady used to come in and look at the bottles and get a variety. She'd get one of each. She'd go out to her car and uncork them, open them, and taste them to see how good they were. If they were good enough, she'd come back in and buy like a case or what have you.
Wow.
Now that's kind of clever, kind of smart. But for 99 cents, you can't lose.
And that's good. That's an etiquette tip, and that's the best thing to do as opposed to doing that in the store.
Yes, it is.
So
it's better than doing it in the store. Yes, you don't want to just stand there, uncork and go, or take a little taster or whatever.
Now, we've seen those people who pop grapes out and walking through the
you got to get some grapes out the store. There's nothing wrong with getting grapes out the store and tearing that bag open. There's usually a community bag I think everybody will go into and taste to see. Who wants to take home $8 worth of grapes and they don't taste good?
But you've eaten half a pound, so now you only have to pay $7.
I only eat a couple, Millena. I don't know
etiquette.
what you do.
I don't do that.
Talking about etiquette, that is bad etiquette. Well, you're the one that brought it up. You must do that.
Okay, well, we're going to go back into our first impressions right now.
I'm putting you on the spot. As a matter of fact, let us not get too far away from our subject.
Yes. Which
is manners and more in first impressions. Okay.
Yes, that is correct. That is correct. And we are going to not talk about grapes in a 99-cent store.
That's okay.
No, that was supposed to be a secret. Now,
no.
Telling everybody.
Oh, come on. I'm sure everyone has done it. If you're out there and you have never tasted a grape in the store, raise your hand. Did I say that right?
You did. Or you can call in and chat in.
If you never, I always taste a grape. I'm going to get me a grape, okay? Be it red or green grape. I'm going to taste me a grape.
Is important.
I'm going to taste a grape.
Okay. Anyway, now, we are. If you would like to call in and speak with Kathleen Bradley, our number is 323-965-1600. That's 323-965-1600. And please feel free to chat in. Hey, Tina Michelle, thank you so much for tuning in. Love you too. Can't wait to be on your show again. And we have our first caller. She is a wonderful surprise for Ms. Bradley. And we are going to be speaking about, our topic is first impressions and last impressions. And you had the wonderful opportunity to work with this lovely lady for the very first time. And you made a wonderful first impression and a very lasting impression on this fantastic, wonderful diva of whom we both know and love and appreciate and respect tremendously in this industry. So let's pop on the headphones and see who it is.
Is this the right one?
Excuse me. Darn bronchitis.
Is this the right headset? I can't hear anybody. This one or this one?
Either one. Okay. Hello, you're on the air with Manners and More with Millena, and our VIP guest today is fabulous Miss Kathleen Bradley. You're on the air.
Don't hear
Hello?
Hey.
Hey, well, it's not Kathleen, who was my girl, but it's Angela Gibbs. How are you?
Angela Gibbs, girl, I've been seeing you all over Wells Fargo. Girl, you got that advertisement going on. If you all have Wells Fargo banking, Angela's the spokeswoman for Wells Fargo, girl. I'm
Well,
so proud.
I wouldn't go that far, but we certainly hope it's going in that direction.
Well,
But it does pop up when you go on your online banking. That image does pop up there. It's not too bad.
That's right, and they're getting their money's worth. I hope you got paid, girl.
That's right. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Well, for those who don't know, we have the wonderful Angela Gibbs on the line. Now, she is she's a veteran actress and a marvelous director, and we all had the wonderful opportunity to work together on a project that we're working on called Bitter Inheritance. It's a murder mystery suspense thriller, and Angela is the director of this fantastic film, and Kathleen is one of the actresses in it. And we had a fantastic time during that shoot, our promo shoot, and I just wanted to have Angela on the line and just to say hello to Kathleen and talk a little bit about what's coming up. But she made, from what I understand, and what you and I talked about, is Kathleen made such a fantastic first impression with her being able to act with you for the first time as a director that I just wanted us all to say hello.
This is wonderful. You know, I have known Angela and her famous, wonderful mother, Marla Gibbs, and her brothers, actually, for many, many moons. We go way back, girl, to like 20, 30 years ago when I first came to Los Angeles.
Yes, God, Kathleen, it has been a while.
Yes, it has. The Inner City Cultural Center, as a matter of fact, back on Pico Boulevard, girl.
Yeah, they did the Choice Awards together.
Choice Awards.
Which was wonderful. It was a fundraiser my mother would do for charitable organizations. She'd raise money. It was a fashion show. And, of course, Miss Kathleen was fabulous. Taught me how to model Millena. She had to walk. All I did was just follow behind her and do whatever she did.
Yeah. That was a little tough. That was a little rough, but she got it. Yeah, boy.
Oh, you got that walk.
She did. Yeah, she got to walk and walk the talk. But talk the talk. But Angela, you have done so many wonderful things yourself, and I know you spent a lot of time down in Atlanta, Georgia. You moved down there, and you really did so well and opening up doors and opportunities to young people or people who would not have the opportunity in the theater, and teaching them and showing them, the LA way or the Hollywood way to go down there. You opened a lot of doors for a lot of people down there, and I'm so proud of you when I heard what you were doing down there with the theater, and then for you to come back and, come back to your roots back here in LA and get with the directing and so many things going on that are possible now for everyone to be able to get involved on low-budget TV or radio show and movies that weren't always so open to us now, because even the industry knows and they see that especially minorities and blacks are viable, that we are a franchise, that we do raise money, that we can make good movies. And it's real important for us to be able to help the youth out. And I know your mom has always done that, and you have followed in her footsteps at the theater that she had there over in Leimert Park. Man, she absolutely was such a great inspiration to so many people and so helpful.
Thank you.
And that's what it's all about, giving back, helping out, and transcending
right.
from
one, reach one, each one, teach one. That's right.
That's right, and that's what we do. And I love you, girl.
Hey, I love you back. I wish I was there to give you a hug.
Well, I'll get it.
Millena, congratulations on your show.
Oh,
I'm gonna go home and kiss the Wells Fargo picture.
We all need to go open accounts there because of Angela.
I have 3.
I was talking to a friend the other day. She just screamed because she had a vision board she put together, these different images, and it made me think about this. When you mentioned Wells Fargo, it made me think about this. So she puts this woman, because she wants to swim. That was one of the things she put on her vision board. So she saw a picture of a woman. She liked the picture of a woman in a pool that was kind of hanging off on the side of the pool with a swimming cap on. She cuts it out, puts it on her vision board. Fast forward about 6 months later, I'm over at her house. I was helping her work on her short film rather. She wanted some counseling and just, some guidance, etc. So I came over and I said, "Oh, you got my picture up." And she's like, "That's you." So, they're using my picture around different places. This was for a Crest store commercial where they had me in the pool and, talking about how I guess cholesterol is a disease now that's hitting high cholesterol. And, of course, we know in terms of health care for our African-American population, we do have to be mindful of things like heart disease, cholesterol, etc. But little did she know it was me. So, I'm getting around, girl. I'm trying to be like you, Kathleen and Millena. I want to be like you when I grow up. My mother's 30, so that makes me about.
Oh, right. Come on now, girl.
15.
Right, exactly.
You don't want to be underage now. Hold on, at least be 16 or 18 now, girl. You don't deprive yourself.
Right, 21 to be legal.
At least.
Legal and everything.
I better be 21.
At least, yeah. Enjoy the good things in life.
Absolutely, Captain.
And don't send anybody to jail for having a good time.
Right.
That's right. Well, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there next week. Is that right?
That is
right?
That is correct. And we will be talking about celebrity etiquettes.
Yeah. I guess I better get some before next Monday, huh?
You know what? You already have some, and you can always ask your mom too. But we're going to be talking about how people, tell us a little bit about what we can expect next week.
Well, I was going to ask you. No, okay. We talked about initially. We talked about role models and the etiquette of the role model that is. It comes from the family of the celebrity, so the daughter of, the son of, etc. So when we talk about celebrity etiquette, really we're looking at role models and just, that saying, too much is given, much is expected, and I really think that that's kind of will encapsulate what I hope to talk about next week, and that is next Monday, and that is really that, we are given an opportunity when we're blessed and given an opportunity to make money in the public's eye, and we count on audiences, etc., or quote-unquote fans to follow us. And with that does come a measure of responsibility or accountability to those that are that have your back, that are the ones that are watching you and helping create the popularity and the status that keeps you up there. And my mother has always been someone who was very mindful of that, and as a result, it was my charge to protect what she created, and that is that a level of dignity and integrity and being and remaining down to earth. And so I want to kind of go through some of that and talk about my mother and what she passed on to me, and how I see myself as someone who really is truly, as you said, Kathleen, following in her footsteps, and what that means for me. So I just, I kind of give you an idea. Does that help?
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yes,
Great.
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, me too.
right.
Well, thank you so much.
I want to send you guys a shout out and send you some love. Tell you I'm excited about this show, and Kathleen, I'm looking forward to hanging out with you again soon.
Absolutely, darling, my love.
And you gotta actually, Kathleen's book is coming out. We're gonna start talking about that in just a few minutes. It's called Backstage at the Price is Right. And you know what, Ange? I see a movie. I see a movie, and I see a director.
Oh, absolutely. Girl, you know she can
I see a movie and a director.
That's right. That would be me.
Yes. And I see one of the people in it is me.
Yes.
That's right. Oh, absolutely. And Kathleen, you're one to really emulate as well in terms of celebrity etiquette, because you have always carried yourself as a queen, and I just love that about you, girl. So go ahead with your royal self.
Thank you, darling. I appreciate that. Oh, ain't that something? Hey, I know what to do. I know what to do when those cameras start rolling.
I'm gonna buy my copy of my book. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy my copy so I can support you. All right.
Thank you, and a whole bunch of other people. I'm glad you mentioned that, honey. They think they're gonna get a free copy.
I'm coming over the house.
I'm out to make some
mine.
money. Baby needs new shoes. I got a grandbaby.
That's right. Hey, you and me, but you love being a grandma.
Yes, I do. I'm a grandma, like they say.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
Grandma, I love it.
All right. Well, you all take care
Thank
and continue on with your show, and I'll be listening.
Okay.
Right.
Thanks, man. See you next
All right.
week.
Peace and love.
Okay. Peace
Next
and
week.
love.
See you next week.
Okay,
Bye.
bye-bye.
Oh,
That's
great.
so
Wonderful
fantastic.
person.
Yes, she's absolutely amazing. So, with that, we are going to take a quick break on Manners and More with Millena with our special guest, Kathleen Bradley. Don't go anywhere. You can actually just push that little like button and stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Like us.
Hey, are you tired of those same old energy drinks with bad taste? Make a switch to Pit Bull Energy Drink with a guaranteed no aftertaste. Pit Bull offers more energy with ginseng and vitamins B6 and B12. With a ginger ale lemon lime flavor, Pit Bull meets the consumer's demand for better tasting and healthier energy products with a guaranteed no aftertaste. Make a switch to Pit Bull Energy Drink. Pit Bull offers more energy with ginseng and vitamins B6 and B12. With a ginger ale lemon lime flavor, Pit Bull meets the consumer's demand for better tasting and healthier energy products. For more information on Pit Bull energy drinks, bars, and mixes, visit their website at hiphopbev.com. That's hiphopbev.com. Online orders available at hiphopbev.com.
And welcome back to Manners and More with Millena. I'm your host, Millena Gay, and today's special guest is the fabulous Kathleen Bradley, and we are talking about lasting impressions and first impressions. Now, first impressions are very, very, very important because they set the tone of the interview, of the meeting, of the date, whatever it is. How you enter a room and how you conduct yourself while you're there mean the world. So, for example, when you walk into a room, you want to walk with your head held high, with your back straight. You want to walk in looking both eyes, looking around and looking specifically and directly at the individual with whom you're speaking. You want to have a firm handshake, and you want to speak with confidence and with security. And you may find yourself not really knowing everything that you want to say, getting nervous, but that just means that you slow down your words. And that does not mean that you're slow mentally. What it's doing is giving you time to think of what you're going to say so that when you say it, you come across the correct and proper way, with strength, with confidence, with dignity, with authority, and knowing that you have whatever it is you're going in there for, whether it's that interview, whether it's a second date, whether it's whatever it is, it's yours. But first impressions are everything. Now, Kathleen, what are some suggestions that you have found to be helpful in making wonderful first impressions wherever you go?
Well, first, I suppose when you walk into a room, obviously that's very important, depending on who you are. And you know, when people say you have a swagger, everybody has a certain mystique, a certain air about themselves, a certain presence. Whether they realize it or not, they do have it. Some people may be a little insecure about their appearances or the way they present themselves or walking into a crowded room. But you should never be, disturbed about trying to, first of all, impress someone. When you leave the house and you look into the mirror, if you get that opportunity, depending on how long it took you to get ready.
Right.
Look and give yourself, first of all, that vote of confidence. Because if you don't have that vote of confidence, then nobody else is going to feel it, or you won't exude that kind of confidence when you meet or see someone, when you walk into that room. So it's very important that you feel good about yourself, and obviously, walk properly. It's so important, especially women. No slouching, even when you're sitting down. You could be sitting in a room, people see you for the first time. If you're not sitting right or you're sitting like,
right,
whatever, like, even men, But, in particular women. And I find, though, now, as I get a little older in age, I find it's more comfortable actually to sit slouched, but you can't. You need to sit upright and shoulders back, even walk that way. So walk that walk, talk that talk. And even for our young men, it's an impression when you walk into a place that you're dressed right and look good and you don't have your pants hanging down below your behind. And if you're sitting down, sit right, not like, like what's up, what's happening.
Right.
There's a time and place if you want to get into that realm, but for the most part, if you don't have no job,
right.
if you need a job, you're trying to at least be in an environment, even in the industry and the parties that we go to, you never know who's in there. And sometimes people want to know, like you say, when you walk up and talk to somebody and meet them with a firm handshake.
Right.
I really know that's important. I dislike so much when somebody shakes my hand like a little weak shake. Some women I can accept it. A man don't walk up to me with no little sissy ass little weak handshake. Come on.
Right.
Give me a hand. And then I've had handshakes damn near
breaking
my hand, But give it to them. You put your hand up there first. Make that impression.
Exactly.
Like you're on top of the world and you got control of yourself. And how you doing? So glad to meet you. And here's what I'm doing. What are you doing? And Millena, you're very good at working the room, and I am too for the most part.
I learned from you.
That's right. Networking. It's all about networking and making that impression. So look good, feel good before you leave the house, especially if you're going on any kind of business, networking, little cocktail party or something of that nature. It's important that you just feel good about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with absolutely everything.
Because if you come out fumbling and tumbling and, well, I'm doing okay, what are you doing? I have to remind my son sometime, and we have to teach our children, talk directly, look into their eyes.
Exactly.
Don't look down, well, yeah. We got to put subtitles under your ass when you're talking something.
Right.
Sorry. Subtitles.
Right. Look in the eyes, and if they have a facial deformity, you look in the bridge of the nose.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of hard,
right
too.
here.
Don't look at the moles.
Right. Don't look at the hair growing out of the chin. Don't look at the crust in the nose.
Hard.
Don't look there. You look right
here. It's kind of hard
here.
when somebody's talking, they're foaming right here. That is the hard. The people
awful.
are talking. Why did they do that? Like, you want to go like this. Or somebody has some in their eye. You want to just get, dig it out. That eye boogers.
I was talking to someone today, and she had that there, and I was like, ooh, I want to tell her, but ooh, I don't want to. Ooh, but I need to. But
that's another thing. Let's talk about that.
Yes.
And etiquette.
Yes.
In terms of allowing and letting people know that they have something on their mouth or that they've got something in the corner of their eyes or something that's distracting from their appearance. And other people are looking at them as well. You may be like 3 people talking to that one person or, a group of 3 or 4 people. It's so hard, and you have to do it correctly or it can be embarrassing. Or you can just let it stay there and it's still going to be embarrassing, but they won't know it. So I think instead of letting it belabor or linger, as soon as you can address that, hey, you got a little something, like if you were eating a cracker or something there, you got a little something right there. If you feel confident, you can touch that person, try to get it off or whatever, or, you got something right, point to it. Kind of not be loud about it. Say, hey, you got a little something. Check that, check that. Or something.
Or make a gesture.
Make a gesture, something of that. Yeah. Gestures are good, or whatever.
Now, something happened to me today, actually, because you guys remember I was upset last week, not upset, but just exhausted because it was Oscar Monday and it was after the Black Oscars and it was this whole huge thing, and then my agent called me with an audition, right? I booked the job. Yay! It was for breast cancer, and it's for Ohio State University. It's a print ad, and when it comes out, I'll be glad to show everyone.
Wonderful.
And so we shot it today, right before coming here. And so there was lunch beforehand, and so I'm sitting in the makeup chair, and they're all, my hair was already done. Yay, Anthony, big shouts, love you. Hair already done, but I was sitting in the makeup chair. And so the makeup lady, she's saying, oh, there's a trick for this and a trick for that. And so then I'm sitting there and she says, oh, and I'm going to get some toothpicks. And I'm like, oh, what are you going to do with the toothpicks? That's awesome. And she said, well, you have some in your teeth. I was like, oh, I thought you were going to hold up my eyelids or do something fancy.
Trick.
Right, I thought it was some kind of trick. oh, you have something in your teeth. And you might want to, I was like, oh, now how long has that been going on?
That's funny. Oh,
fortunately, we hadn't started shooting or anything, and that's why, but it was just very, like, how she said it was just so.
See, they're very nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Using some finesse.
Yes, it was.
Without embarrassing you, and said it at the right time where you were able to take care of it and handle it. That is very good.
I have something for you. I was like, wow.
How about the breath?
Right.
No, we're talking about the breath. Can we talk about the breath?
Please, let's talk about the breath now.
OMG.
How do you, okay, now I'm going to say this, and I'm not going to say any names, because I can't. But last week, hosting the Oscar event, on the red carpet talking to people, and there was this one, bless his soul. Whew! I mean, that breath was so hot. It was, I mean, as far away as you and I, it was like beaming. Yeah. Now, I don't know how, I mean, I felt like, as the Miss Etiquette lady, I felt that I should say something or do something. I would pass a mint. However, on the red carpet, there's no purse. There's no, I mean, my managers were over there. I couldn't do, like, what do you do? I mean, I'm new on the red carpet, so what do you do in that situation where someone just has lots of halitosis going on?
You know what? The almighty halitosis killer funky breath is a very difficult thing to deal with, and very sensitive and very delicate, depending on if you know the person or not. But it is very hard to deal with that. I know several people who you think sometimes maybe it's just a one-time thing happening, but when you see them constantly, they have that issue. Then obviously, like halitosis, it is an issue, a problem. You know what? I don't want to get away from that, but that brings up, I remember watching a television show that was very interesting, that this young lady, she had the worst breath ever, always through her life, even as a child growing up. Maybe it started when she was 5, and she was like 16, 17. She tried all kind of things, all kind of tests, everything that they could do to help with her halitosis. Nothing was working. Then one day, somehow they decided to do an x-ray on this girl's stomach. They did an x-ray. Do you know they found it was some type of leaf or plant or something that was in her stomach that was rotten, that was living inside her stomach, that was causing her breath to be so bad that literally anything she tried to do was not going to help.
Oh, my goodness.
They had to go in and do a little surgery to extract that, to help her breath out.
Oh, my God.
That's just amazing how something like that happens.
Wow.
But like halitosis, there is something living within those people.
Oh.
Another life form.
The toothpaste is not able to handle.
Sometimes it doesn't help, because I think hopefully somebody in their family or in their life will have, made it clear to them, hey, Dad, hey, Uncle, your breath is kind of bad, or give a mint always is a good sign, and a chewing gum or something. That's always nice and very kind and creative and not, embarrassing to someone. But, it's very hard. It's kind of delicate.
Yeah.
It's real delicate to tell people that.
I know. I don't know how to do it. I
well,
just offer a mint, but if you don't have one.
I think, sometimes, and I've been bold and brass, people that
no, not you.
I can't help it. I never mean to embarrass people. It just comes out. That's the way I am, I guess. Because I embarrass myself most of the time. However, I think people should want to know.
Yeah, they do.
And they shouldn't be offended, but there is a way to do it and tell them delicately. After you maybe did the interview with the guy, you could have put it down and say, hey, I have some mint. Your breath is a little, I could detect you have some problem with your breath. I don't know. Maybe you don't want to say that, but just say, hey, you need a mint. Just say you need a mint. You need a mint. Because there have been times my husband and I, we've been out, and I've had white wine in particular, will make your breath stink.
Really? I don't know anything about that.
I was going to say, you should. I think I passed you a few mints once in a while. Vice
my
versa.
twin.
Here we go. White wine, especially bad cheap white wine will make your breath stink.
Screw top wine, probably.
There you go, honey. You know that's oh God.
We had a conversation
Can
about
we talk
that.
about the screw top wine and the wine in a box?
Right.
That's my favorite line in that movie. We talked about that.
I know. So now you
Mother-in-law,
guys, exactly.
Monster-in-law with Jane Fonda and J-Lo, and she was talking about her son being with you, and you're doing this, and you're like, I remember you're kind of like, oh, the mother said that to grandmother, you're like her. I remember you're talking about, J-Lo to Jane Fonda, and you're not doing the right thing either. You're from a low life. When you first met my son, and you were drinking wine out of a box.
Out of a box. I remember that.
Oh, Lord. I never forgot that line. That was so funny.
That's a fabulous
one
line.
of my favorite lines. And I think she also, maybe not that one, but there was another with mother-daughter. Cloris Leachman, she drank a lot, and she was like drinking all day, every day, or whatever. And the daughter's like, Mom, come on, you have to stop. You promised that you would stop drinking and what have you. She said, well, I never promised. She said, well, at least wait till 5 o'clock or whatever to drink. She said, honey, or wait till afternoon afternoon or something. She said, afternoon. She said, click, click, 12 o'clock. It's afternoon. I'm going to have a drink. She's right. It was afternoon at 12 o'clock.
That's it.
It's afternoon. 1 minute after 12.
That counts.
Why do I remember these things that impress me?
They're memorable. They're memorable.
They're funny.
They make those memorable moments, just like you make memorable moments, especially being the icon of Miss Parker. Miss Parker. Everybody knows and loves Miss Parker. Every male on the planet. If you know nothing about Friday, you know who Miss Parker is. So we are going to take a quick break, and then we will be right back. But before we do, actually, now you all know from a couple of weeks ago when I talked about that party, now you know who I was cackling with about the screw top wine. Her. Somebody brought, that would be the party that I brought nothing to, right? And I'm going to talk about other people for bringing screw top wine. I'm just saying. Hope they're not watching. But anyway, this is my partner in crime. We had a good time talking about the screw top wine. Oh, sorry, Sean. Who is it? So we'll be right back. Stay tuned. Manners and More with Millena, special guest Kathleen Bradley, and we are talking about first impressions, lasting impressions. We'll be right back. And we're back with Manners and More with Millena, with the special guest, Miss Kathleen Bradley, the first African-American Price is Right model, and the icon of Miss Parker from the movie Friday. So, Kathleen, would you please tell us about, now, I know you've told me, and I have special inside information, and I want to know about your book, Backstage at The Price is Right.
Right, memoirs.
Memoirs of a Balka's Beauty. But before we get into that, we have one more surprise guest. Surprise phone call from one of our fantastic friends that we like to visit with on the red carpet and on bowling and all that wonderful stuff. And you all know him from the movies. We know him as just a great, wonderful, fantastic person. Just a big old teddy bear. I'd like to introduce Mr. Quentin Aaron. Hey, Quentin.
What's up?
Hey, baby boy, what's going on? How you doing?
I'm chilling. How you doing?
That's good, baby. He gives the best hugs. Talk about teddy bear hug. Oh, my goodness. You ain't been hugged till you get a Quentin Aaron hug.
I know it. Woo.
Good God.
That's what look forward to at those events.
You
Like
know
a big
it.
old hug. And he has a nice little pillow right here on the left shoulder.
And he can bowl. He can bowl a little bit, too. His boy can bowl a little bit. Mm-hmm.
Now, you, ladies and gentlemen, you know Mr. Quentin Aaron. Quentin, why don't you run off some of your credits for the audience?
Oh my goodness. The
Everybody knows she
Blind
was-
Side, of course. Law and Order, One Tree Hill, Harry's Law, and many more stuff to come.
Many more stuff to come.
I'm actually going to be doing a movie in June in Florida,
Oh, awesome.
and yes, that one it just got greenlit and everything, but we haven't put out the press kit yet, so I can't talk about it
Don't
yet.
talk about it. You need an auntie or a sister,
Right.
girlfriend, or
Hello.
something. Come on, man.
We're right here.
Look out for your girls.
You gotta look
need
out.
some work.
Exactly. Hello, we need some work. But you guys know Quentin as most famously from his movie with Sandra Bullock on The Blind Side, and you were absolutely marvelous. Absolutely marvelous. So memorable.
Well, thank you. Well, thank you. I try.
You do a good job.
You too. Absolutely.
This one is different. It's not like The Blind Side, I will say. It's definitely going to be an entertaining movie, and I actually will be singing in this movie.
Whoa, you sing? We didn't know. Well, croon a little something for us. Can you sing, man? Sing something. Come on.
I do a little something.
Sing something. Come on.
Sing right now.
You're
Yeah.
one in a million.
I don't know how it's gonna sound over the phone.
Oh, come on. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Well, Millena, you're going to have to get him here in the studio.
Exactly.
So he can sing
I'm
to
gonna have to
you.
get in the studio and sing.
Yes, yes, you're going to have to, when you come back from your tour, I know you're going to be on tour starting on Thursday for a month and a half.
Good for you,
Yeah,
man.
I'll be going for a while. It's for my foundation. It's the anti-bullying tour. We're going literally around the country, and we're gonna visit a lot of different schools, and we were gonna throw a couple of bowling events in some states and stuff, and just reach out to people and try and get this bullying thing under control.
Right. Let's do that. You know they're going to want to see Miss
More
Parker
than
bowl.
just the kids. We have to reach out to the parents as well.
Absolutely.
Because, like my mom was very much involved in my life and in school.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got bullied when I was younger, but she came up to the school and confronted the teachers and the principals and the students, and then even called their moms up to the school and said, look, this keep happening. I'm going to tell my son to kick your son's behind. I ain't suggesting that we all do that.
Nope, that
I'm
sounds
just
like me.
Right,
Oh,
that sure
Lord,
enough
do
sounds
not
like
pick on my
That
child.
We
Okay.
have to be more involved, in these kids' lives, because
Absolutely.
that's the only way it's going to stop.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That's right. Yeah, I'm like her, huh? Do not pick on my. I don't believe in bullying. You will see me film at 11 because I will pick off a
Yeah,
little
that's
kid.
what I
They
said.
don't
Like, my
act
mom
right.
was like,
Talk
she
about
don't
my
believe in that
baby.
bullying.
She sure will.
She don't believe in the bullying, but she do believe in standing up for yourself.
That's right. You have to.
Yeah.
And now I think so many people are getting on board with the bullying, a lot of our celebrities. And I think a lot of the kids are kind of seeing that there's going to be strict and severe punishment for doing the bullying that they used to be able to get away with. That's not really happening anymore. People don't take that lightly. So if you can't or don't have a chance to get to the child who's doing the bullying, our children know who they are, and the parents, is up to them to make us think about it. Go to the state board, go to the educational board, and do something, because a lot of the TV shows, they're so supportive that they're going to, get it out there that our children definitely need to be protected. And these kids have got to stop this bullying.
Absolutely. They have to. They have got
And they have to stop it, because I can't hardly say it.
So hopefully we don't have to talk about it much longer, because it will stop.
Yes.
Well, thank you for calling in, Quentin, and look forward to having you on the show when you get back.
Definitely. Thank you, lady.
Sure.
Oh,
Okay,
you're
sweetie.
so
Hope you're
welcome.
there to play with us in April, right? Are you
April
going to be
28th.
back? Are you going to be
Oh, yeah, I
back?
come play with y'all.
All right,
You
cool.
better, that's...
I know. It's no fun without Quentin.
I know, not at all. Right.
Oh, y'all making me blush.
Be well, my love.
Yes.
We got to talk about this book on my
Yes.
website now.
Yes, we
my
gotta-
last little 8 minutes.
It's all about Kathleen. Oh, my goodness, it's almost over.
All right.
All right, sweetie. Love you.
Congratulations, Mama.
Okay.
Thank you. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, now it is all you.
Before we do that, I want Fallon. Come here, Fallon. Come here. Come here. Yes. Come over here. Stand right here. Get my girl. This is Fallon, everybody.
Hello.
I love her. Fallon went to school with my daughter Cheyenne, and she does the makeup. She's awesome. If you need a makeup artist, Fallon is doing so great. You better come and get her now, for her price goes up and she's still available. Okay? Thank you, Fallon. You're a sweetie, baby.
Thank you.
Love her much. Now,
Yes.
right here. Right now.
Got
No,
it?
I didn't do it right. Just kidding. So here is my book. Get it right. You know how to do it, Millena.
Okay.
There it is.
Let me hold it up.
Hold it up. Hold it up.
Okay.
There it is, Backstage at the Price is Right, Memoirs of a Barker Beauty. And it deals with the 10 years I was on the show, from 1990 to 2000, the first African-American model on the show. And there's so much to tell and talk about with Bob Barker, the sexual scandals with he and Diane Parkinson, and the firing of, unjustifiably, firing of Holly Hallstrom and me and Janice and a whole bunch of other folks, and how women in particular are treated behind the scenes with the big industries and the mucky mugs and the studio executives and CBS. It's very good. It's fun too, and I'm very grateful to have been on the show. And I talk about my children growing up backstage, and so it's lighthearted in some degrees. It's heavy in some. I talk about the death of my father while I was working on the show, and my brother died while I was working on the show. So it's good. If you get your tissue out and get your little, a little bottle of wine out, and just read it. It is so much fun. It's great. I got great photos in there. So it should be, hopefully, and praying that it will be out within the next 2 months.
2 months,
And,
okay.
Yeah, I do have a website,
Yes.
which is www.KathleenBradley.com. I'm sorry, KathleenBradley.tv.
Okay.
KathleenBradley.tv or .org or .net. And
Oh,
I'm
you have
still,
all the Kathleen Bradleys?
except
I know
.com.
that's right.
I used to have KathleenBradley.com many years ago. And I'm so sorry I got rid of it. I didn't pay it monthly, yearly. And now what people do, they take celebrities' names and the .com and they buy them at a certain price and they hold them hostage.
No.
And they're charged like $2,000.
What?
$1,700, $800, $900 to get that, for that celebrity to buy their name because they own it.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, they do that. So I'm like, hey, forget it. You know what? Back when it came out, .com, it was very popular, but actually right now you can Google in and find out, and so many links that link you up to the person and stuff that the .com's not that important. But KathleenBradley.tv, I have Miss Parker t-shirts.
Woo! Did you bring?
No, I didn't yet. I'm still working on. I got 2 different versions. I have a Miss Parker poster, and I have a DVD from the movie I did called Perfume that I starred in many years ago with the director Roland Jefferson. Eugenia Hall was in it. J.D. Hall. Ted Lange, Don Mitchell from Ironside, Shai Jefferson, Cheryl Francis Harrington. It was a very good movie. It was actually out way before Waiting to Exhale, and it's very similar to Waiting to Exhale. So they took it from us. So I'll be selling that DVD.
Okay, and that's called Perfume?
And there's some very revealing scenes of me in there, in case you guys want to get it.
Oh, now, is it like Miss Parker from Friday?
It's
Or
kind of like Miss Parker. Yeah, my character was quite something. She was the vixen.
You know, all your characters are quite something always.
isn't
You know what?
that
You're
something?
quite something
I am
always.
indeed.
Now,
My
look, is
God.
there a correlation?
I'm getting stereotyped. Sheesh, what the heck?
Stereotyped as quite something.
Whatever. Just pay me. I will play the part.
Okay.
I only show one titty at a time.
You know what? Well, fortunately, in Bitter Inheritance, I know y'all do this to me every week. Fortunately, in Bitter Inheritance, there's none of that. There's none of that. Where everyone is covered
That's
up.
right.
And quite modest and
Well,
humble.
don't get too modest now. Sex sells, baby.
But so does intelligence and smiles
That's
and
right,
all
it
of
sure
that
does.
happiness. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining us today on Manners and More with Millena. You have been an absolutely fabulous guest. And when the book comes out, I'd love to have you back and come on and talk about it, talk about by page, kind of like what we did with Sean, just page by page, chapter by chapter, and just really get into some stuff. And because I know I'm going to have some questions. I already have some questions. You didn't tell me about some of the stuff in there. I mean, you told me about smoking and all of that, but you didn't tell me about the... okay, well,
Wait for the
I guess
book.
I'm going to have to come over and get some bacon.
That's right.
And we'll talk about
You
it
can
some
sit here and
more.
have some turkey bacon.
Right, some turkey with some seasoning and some
With the
sauce.
pit bull, baby. Pit
Right.
bull. That's right. Pit bull.
Pitbull.
Here you go.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, my friend, Auntie Kathy. And I want to give big shouts out to our families in Ohio, and big shouts out to Mom and Pop in Maryland. Hey,
Yeah,
we
Cheyenne,
here.
Kenyari, Terrence,
Hey,
Ryan,
the whole
everybody.
fam.
Paula, my
Everybody.
cousin Paula in Mansland.
Yay.
You better be watching.
Big shouts. Well, thank everyone for tuning in today. Please hit the like button. You can follow us on RMC On Air. You can also follow me on my Twitter at Millena Gay, on my Facebook, Millena Gay, or you can send an email, mannerswithmillena@gmail.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you next week.